And we begin with West Asia. Lebanon's health ministry says Israeli strikes on the country's east, including the main city of Baalbek, have killed at least 40 people, with rescuers still looking for survivors under the rubble. The toll includes 11 people killed in the city of Baalbek, 9 of them in Shikan district, a densely packed Sunni neighborhood in the Shiite majority city, where the Iran-backed Hezbollah group holds sway. City's famed Palmyra Hotel has also been damaged in nearby strikes, with the health ministry reporting 2 people being killed. The ministry said Israeli strike killed 16 people in the village of Nasriya. Furthermore, at least 82 people have been killed in Israeli strikes in Syrian city of Palmyra. The death toll is the highest due to Israeli raids on pro-Iran groups in Syria. Civil war broke out in 2011. Meanwhile, Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has termed a decision by the International Criminal Court to issue an arrest warrant for alleged war crimes as anti-Semitic. He described Thursday's decision as a dark day in the history of nations, vowing that measure will prevent him from continuing to defend Israel.
This is an anti-Semitic measure that has one goal: to deter us from exercising our natural right to defend ourselves against our enemies who rise up against us to destroy us.
In their decision, the ICC judges said there were reasonable grounds to believe Netanyahu and his former defense minister Yoav Gallant were criminally responsible for acts including murder, persecution, and starvation as a weapon of war as part of widespread and systematic attack against the civilian population of Gaza. The court also issued an arrest warrant for Hamas Wing Chief Mohammed Diab, who Israel said was killed in an airstrike last July. U.S. President Joe Biden called the International Criminal Court's arrest warrants for top Israeli leaders outrageous. In a statement, he said the United States will always stand with Israel against threats to its security, and added that there is no equivalence between Israel and Hamas. The White House said it fundamentally rejects the calls for arrests.
We fundamentally reject the court's decision to issue arrest warrants for senior Israel officials. We remain deeply concerned by the prosecutor's rush to seek arrest warrants and the troubling process errors that led to this decision. The United States has been clear that the ICC does not have jurisdiction over this matter.
The International Criminal Court, based in The Hague, in the Netherlands, does not have its own police force to carry out arrests and relies on its 124 member states for that, with only limited diplomatic means to force them if they do not want to. Netanyahu's travel to the U.S. will remain unaffected, as both Israel and the United States are not signatories to the Rome Statute, the treaty that established the ICC. However, the UK government, as one of the court's prominent member states, will be in a difficult position if Netanyahu pays a visit. Meanwhile, Dutch Foreign Minister Casper Veldkamp has made it clear that Netanyahu will be arrested if he were to set foot on Dutch soil. In other development, U.S. envoy Amos Hochstein met with Israeli Defense Minister Israel Katz and IDF Chief Lieutenant General Herzi Halevi in Tel Aviv. Hochstein, the Biden administration's point man on Israel and Lebanon, has been working to push the sides towards agreement and meeting this week with officials in Lebanon and Israel. Now, on Wednesday, Israeli officials demanded the freedom to strike Lebanon's Hezbollah as part of any ceasefire deal, raising a potential complication. Well, Hezbollah leader Naim Qassem said that the Lebanese militant group supports the ongoing negotiations but has some reservations and rejects a provision for freedom of movement for Israeli troops in Lebanon. And for more on the story, our correspondent Jody Cohen has sent us this report from Ranana. Take a look.
The International Criminal Court has issued arrest warrants for Prime Minister Netanyahu and former Defence Minister Yoav Gallant. Now, these are for alleged war crimes, including murder and starvation. There is absolute outrage across the political spectrum in Israel. Some coalition members have already responded, calling the decision anti-Semitic and saying that Israel is simply defending its citizens. Members of the opposition have also been slamming the ICC decision, calling it a reward for terrorism. And President Herzog has said that this is a black day for justice and humanity. Now, this is the first time that the International Criminal Court has issued arrest warrants for leaders of democratic countries. Israel says that Hamas hides behind civilians, that Israel gives warning to civilians, and that any other country would do the same to protect their people. This is Jody Cohen for WION World is One.
And while the world leaders are reacting to the news of ICC's arrest warrant against Israel's Prime Minister and former Defense Minister. And then listen into this package no more.
So I take note of the decision of the International Criminal Court to issue arrest warrants from Prime Minister Netanyahu, the former Minister of Defense, Mr. Gallant, and the Hamas leaders, Dave. This decision is a binding decision, and all states parties of the court, which include all members of the European Union, are binding to implement this court decision.
Hamas è un'organizzazione terroristica.
Hamas is a terrorist organization, and it is important to clearly separate things. We will see what the contents of the decision are and the reasons that led the International Criminal Court to make this decision. We support the court, always remembering that it must play a legal role and not a political one. Together with our allies, we will assess what to do, how to interpret this decision, and how to act collectively on this matter.
Interpretare questa decisione e come comportarci.
The decisions of the International Criminal Court must be respected and implemented. This is an international institution. All member states have an obligation to respect its decisions. 124 states are members of the court, and therefore all such states are obliged to respect this decision. The Palestinian people deserve justice. Legal institutions exist to meet the requirements of justice. Therefore, this decision must be treated with respect.